go. If I do, I might just lose my soul.
Getting way too emotional, don't know which way to go. I'm hearing the truth, but my heart just wants to blow. Maybe it's about time I lock the door. Solitary confinement is where my time's gonna be spent. Might go crazy at first, but I know sooner or later I'ma love being on my lonely. Before I go back to chilling with the homies, gotta stay on my lonely. Gotta stay on my lonely. I need time to show me my feelings can't own me. I gotta do what I used to, staying at home, reading those textbooks while watching a show about storybooks or learning how to cook, probably making pans to sell my.
Yo, yo, what is good? What is good? We just doing a quick sound check before we get into the show. Doing a quick sound check before we get into the show. Nope. Yeah,
Yeah.
we good to go. Alright. Yo and hello and welcome to the Glass House Podcast. You know what it is and you know what it does. I am your host, Connoisseur Ghost, and we are about to get into this special interview with one of my boys, one of my homies, the music creator, you know what I'm saying? Too Emo, that was the track that we just listened to, made by my boy, Green Beans. You know what I'm saying? Green Bean, tap in, brother. Hey, that's the
What's up?
dude.
What's up?
I give them a quick introduction for the fans and stuff like that don't know you yet.
Oh, as you already know, I go by Green Beans. Been having a name since high school. I started doing this shit on like 2017. Just been going on my one so far. Straight out of Brampton, of course. You already know. Shout out the bees.
Hey, shout
Never
out the
forget that.
bees. Shout out the bees. Oh man, today is a pretty exciting day for the both of us, isn't it, man?
Yeah, man. We're about to shut down North York for a bit.
Okay, okay. So, how excited are you about this performance?
Yo, I've been buzzing since last night. Like I was at my job and just like, yo, a couple of hours and I'm on this. Like we got time still and I'm still here like, yo, let's go. Let's start this show.
That's right. That's right. We got time. We got to start the show. We got to get it going. We got to get it rolling. Oh man. So so far we've done. This is gonna be our second performance together. Right now,
Yeah.
let me mute my phone. The rings are getting into the thing. But this is gonna be our second performance together so far. But have you done any more performances otherwise?
Honestly, not all my performances just been with Freddie. I mean, if you want to say like a long time ago in grade five for my school, we did like a little thing in a hall for what's it called? It was like the isms, racism, classism, all that awareness. We did a little show for that, but it was a whole crowd.
Okay,
But a
okay.
solo show, it's my first, second one today.
Hey, so two shows in, and you know what I'm saying? You're feeling good about it. You're excited. That's a blast.
Feeling
So
the vibe.
yeah, I know the vibes. I know the vibes. I completely understand. I'm feeling it too. I'm a little, jittery, shaky.
Yeah,
Got the extra smile on my face right now, getting excited for the times.
yeah, man.
But getting more in depth into the interview and stuff like that. I heard your song, and I have a few questions. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you like? What's your creative process like? You know what I'm saying? Like when you're writing a song, what is the process that you go through when writing the song?
I like to enjoy myself and relax when it comes to writing my music. Like a lot of the time, I just gotta let it come to me because there'll be a few times where I can't actually sit down and I'll just go hard with it, you know? Like you get an idea in your head, you're like, shit, that's a hard bar, and then you start going. You already have a beat there sitting, like, you know, with you. You go, but generally I'll write a 1 2 bar and just leave it for a bit, and then I'll write another one, and then I'll write another one, and I'll come back to them. I'm like, do these? Is it the same vibe that I had when I wrote the first one? Can I put this together? And if I can, I'll mash that together and make it something nice out of it.
Okay, that was a dope one. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've had situations where I've been writing and I like left something and then came back to it, and then I wasn't even having the same vibe. Like, I couldn't even spit what it is that I wrote to the same like instrumental or whatever the case may be. So like
Yeah,
that's a serious vibe that you just picked up on right there. You know what I'm saying? As to whether or not you're in that same vibe, well, creatively. Um, that being said, what do you feel is the most? What do you feel is your most creative time of the day?
time of the day. I want to say probably like when I'm actually at work in the morning, or just when I get home at night and I'm chilling before I go to bed, just relaxing, smoking a couple bongs, maybe have a beer, and I'm out here, you know. Like at work, it will be in the trailers. My mind is just gone. I'm in it. Something will hit me.
Right. Okay. Um. So what's your Okay, so that's the creative process. Like that's the most creative part of the day. So um what's your process in selecting the beats that you select for your music, and like how do you decide and choose, and do you have a preference of a certain type of beat? So that's a two-part question.
To answer the second part, I actually have very little preference when it comes to beats. It just has, for me, it's all about the way it feels in the moment, and if I can continue having that feeling later on with the beat, you know? If I vibe with it and I fuck with it, I know I can go on it, I'm gonna take it. But as to how I get most of my beats right now, I have an app I use to connect with a bunch of artists and just people in the industry in general. So I have producers who hit me up constantly, wanting me to make projects with them, connect with them, buy beats off them. So I'll listen to their stuff, see what they got. If I fuck with it, I'll be like, all right, let me get a beat, or let me see what you give me a sample. Let me hear that. We'll make something work, you know. I I did have a producer I was working with for the longest time out
Mm-hmm.
in California,
Yep.
but right now he's on kind of a hiatus, doing his own thing.
Yeah, that's my guy too right now. He he stopped producing and started singing, and I was like, but like, what about my instrumentals though?
Right?
Like,
Like we have
but what about the project?
to.
fuck fuck this project. What about the next project?
Yeah, I'm actually supposed to be on a project of his, but he's like I said, well, with all the COVID stuff that's happening, he's
This
like he
guy's
needs money, so he's just been working.
just ran the pause button on us. Like,
Right?
that's
Like nah.
terrible. That's terrible. Being an artist, of course, we are in like we're in the new world. You know what I'm saying? And
Mm.
like you said, like money situations. You know what I'm saying? Streaming services and streaming platforms have kind of taken away from artists being able to go out there and selling their physical music. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah,
But at the same time, they've made it so that the music can get to more people,
agreed. It
right?
has.
That being said, do you think that streaming platforms like Spotify and Apple Music and this and that are a good thing for us, or would it be more positive for us as artists to just get back to the nitty gritty, do the footwork, hand out the CDs, meet the fans in person, and really gauge who it is that we're who it is that's listening to our music, and really, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I get what you're saying, and I see that as like a double-edged sword kind of because it's positive. Because when you get back to the nitty and gritty, it's only gonna be people who really want to get out there and who the fans actually like value, right? Like people who push themselves. But at the same time, there's gonna be like some people who just can't make it, you know? You
yeah,
just can't push yourself out there because you got kids, you got bills, you got for the men in the hood, you got you can look behind your back 24/7, right? But the streaming services, you can just stay at home, release your stuff and have it go all over the world, right?
yeah, yeah. I mean, the mail does that too,
Yeah,
right? I'm just messing with you. I'm just messing with
hey,
you.
get a CD and just start mailing people different addresses.
And just mail random people the CD and just send it out there, see where it goes now.
I feel you. I don't see people listening to like buying CDs as much. The last, I
CDs
think
are dead.
maybe like 2014 was the last time I really seen someone out here. I seen a man in the mall just handing out his CD for like $2. I'm like, shit, I'll support you, man.
But
So that's grand.
that being said now, check this out. CDs are dead. The next thing that
Yeah.
people started doing was they started handing out USB drives. But now, are you plugging a random USB stick into your computer or whatever the case is like that? So now we've hit,
Another thing, security, right?
yeah, so like now we've hit that pinnacle place where it's like, how do we distribute our music in the physical form for people to hear it with without having to go through the streaming services?
Now, that's the challenge, right?
That
But
is the
that's why
challenge.
we do shows.
That's why we do shows, yes. But like, what do you think might be a way for us to break that barrier, or what do you think is the next thing in our generational you know what I mean, in our generational step to
Honest,
provide our music to people in that more interpersonal way?
I really don't know. The way I see it, it's everything's going to a digital world, and it's everything everything physical, especially when it comes to our industry. It's just dying out. Physical copies, like people's, you only really saw a record for like for the plaque, right? Other than that, you're not really selling your records like that unless it's digital copies.
All right, now let me take 10 seconds and change your mind.
All right, let me hear this.
Okay, Kanye West has the stem player, and the stem player is the only way that you can listen to his album. You had to
Okay,
you had to buy the stem player so that you could listen to his album.
now that's a game changer right there.
Game changer.
I mean, we could do something like that if more artists just decided to step away from the digital and focus more on physical, right? Like the stem player,
Yeah, we gotta
or
step into like that technological industry where it is that we have this thing or device. So like, I'll give you my little play, all right? And this is like me just like kind of announcing what it is that I'm doing next too, right? I got a water bottle, right? That has a Bluetooth speaker attached to it. It comes with my logo, and what I'm gonna do is the Bluetooth speaker has the micro SD port. I'm gonna put my album on the micro SD, put it in the bottle. When you get the bottle, you press play,
you get.
you get the album.
Mm, that's the way. That's the way. Yeah, that's probably the only thing I can see. You got to start creating physical ways of people for people to listen to your music, like a speaker like that. That's genius.
Hey,
I can't even lie. If I could like get like a longboard with an embedded speaker where you can just play your tracks while you're riding on your board
Hey, hey,
or
hey, hey.
something like
Slow down. Don't
that.
don't let the world know what you're gonna do next, my friend. Come on. Let them know once you're doing it. Now that you have the idea and it's been embedded in your mind, and I'm glad to see, you know what I'm saying? Positive exchange and positive thinkings. Make it happen, brother. You know what I'm saying? I want to see it.
Uh,
I want to see it, man. I want to see
you need
it.
to sit down and start plotting on that, you know?
Yeah, we got the team together. We'll make it happen. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, man. If you could co-write a song with somebody who's big in the industry right now, who would it be?
Yeah. Just one person? Because I got a couple people in mind.
I mean, shit. Put together a five-man team for us, real quick.
All right. I mean, first man, I gotta give it to Roy Woods.
Okay,
You
Roy.
know, local man, right? You know, Tory Lanez as well. We gotta keep it in the
Tory.
bees for
Keep it in the
a minute.
beats for a minute. Okay. You know what's
JID.
You know what's funny? I got a funny story because like Roy Woods used to come check me and we used to link up and smoke weed and I never thought of him as the youth that he turned out to be.
Yo, I say word. So you know the man personally too.
Yeah, I do. So it's like yo, I know a few people who have, you know, certain levels within the industry, but I don't want to engage in their clout. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I don't
I
want to
know
be
just what you
I don't
mean.
want to be in the industry and people be like, "Oh yeah, that's his friend." You know what I'm saying? It's like,
Yeah,
"Oh,
you come up.
I wanted to be like, "Oh, I didn't know these guys knew each other." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
you wanna like for the longest time, a lot of people didn't know the Migos were related.
You know what I'm saying? And keep it simple. They don't need to know.
Mm-mm.
They don't need to know everything. But yeah, your top 5, you said Roy Woods, Keep It in the Bees, Tory Lanez,
Porky, uh, JID,
okay?
um, who else? Let me two more. Uh, yeah, I'm kind of having blanks because it could be anyone really. You know what? And then like 21 Savage for sure.
Okay, 21.
It's just bad. And what's his name? Ah, you know, if he not Smoke Perp, if he was still up, Smoke Perp. But
Same smoke perp
hmm,
fell off, huh?
I mean, he's just he's not doing it like that no
He's
more.
not doing it like that. Okay, okay.
You know, Roni,
Roan Dog, okay.
your own dog, yeah, man.
Yeah, Road Dog. Shout out to Road Dog. Actually, he's a pretty sick rapper still. I fuck with his flows. He holds it
Yeah,
down on the tracks. He's
I'm
very
still
dope.
waiting for him to actually go big and like get out of Toronto.
Yo, it's that bridge is a big one, especially for roadmans. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a huge
Yeah, no.
that's a huge bridge for them to cross right now. You know what I'm saying? Especially getting into like certain industries and having certain people want to actually mess with them. Even myself in
Yeah.
particular, like I noticed that like certain things that I do are not really the most marketable things. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I try to keep it as kosher and clean as possible these days, especially with like the podcast and whatever. Like nowadays when I come onto my stream, I'll smoke off camera a little bit. Like you know I'm smoking, but like you know what I mean? Like I like I'll try to just keep it kosher till you know what I'm saying? Till I have the platform that I can not really.
You can
Yeah.
you can do that and know that you still have your support.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So like until we build up the platform, we're gonna keep it we're gonna keep it clean and crispy.
Mhm.
Um yeah, that was a nice list of artists though, you know what I'm saying? Honestly. What do you think is a major misconception that regular people have about being an artist?
That it's easy. They think it's so easy. I can't lie though, but I get that because I had that misconception before I even like thought about it. When like I was young in elementary and whatnot, growing up just watching people make their music, I'm like it's so easy. How did they just come out here? But they don't realize the sleepless nights that we take, just trying to finish a song because you're vibing to it. You're like, yo, I need to get this done because I want to finish this and put it out there.
Trust me, I know exactly what you mean. Like even now, even though I'm in it now and I understand the work, it's like every day I learn something new and I realize like shit,
It's harder than
there's that much work. There's that much more work that needs to go into it, and there's like oh shit, there's that much more work that needs to go into it. Every time it's like
like
you reach the next stage and you're like, fuck,
like there's more I gotta do,
when when can I just chill and wait for the money to come in? But like
right?
the money doesn't come that easy. You know what I'm saying? I think
Hmm.
that's one of the misconceptions that people have when it comes to like the music is like money comes mad easy.
Oh yeah, and the fact that it comes free. People don't realize that you have to spend your money to get the money too.
Oh my god, the amount of dollars that I've put into this music thing. Listen, the other day, Facebook, Facebook and Instagram paid me like $13 the other day, in December, and in November and December they paid me $13, one time after another. Ever since then, these guys are like mad anal about my music and how I use my music in my videos and stuff like that. Like they they don't like they like try to copyright me at every turn, and I'm like,
uh,
buddy,
they're like, it's my music.
it's
Stop this.
mine. Like I made this. Like you, ah, let me not even get into Facebook or friggin' Spotify. Ugh, they upset my soul. I can't ask you that question because you know we're two shows deep. The question was, what is the most disastrous show you ever played? But like, that doesn't really
No,
matter.
we're only two shows deep.
We're only two
I haven't
shows
had
deep.
one of those yet.
I mean, for me, my most disastrous show would be my first show because like, unlike the last show where like when I did make a mistake, I just played it off and let it go. My first show, I was like, oh fuck, oh shit, oh damn. I was like, like it was so bad, and like I try to go back and I watch the footage from that show, and I'm like,
Yeah, you feel your cringe a little bit, yeah.
yeah, not a little bit, a lot. Like I see myself stop and look back at the DJ for confirmation, and I'm like, I should have never did that.
Yeah.
I should have never did that. Like the fuck, that was horrendous. Um, my next question to you: what do you think is more important in a song, the melody or the lyrics?
For me, it's the lyrics. Generally speaking, it's always the lyrics for me. Like,
Yeah,
sure, the melody. If you're rapping, definitely the lyrics. If it's more of an R&B track, you gotta hold the melody.
but I mean, you can't really just like have an R&B track and not be saying nothing,
Right?
not be saying nothing proper.
Honestly, but
You gotta,
you'd be surprised though.
you
There are
got,
people who've made some good sounding songs that just don't sound that actually have no meaning.
yeah, yeah. I guess so. You're right. I mean, like, I would like to see that R&B song about the traps. It's like dude who wants to make love to a brick. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
man.
We could make it. It could happen.
Yeah, like those comedic artists out there, they do those, right?
Who's somebody in the music industry that you feel should get more credit than they do get?
Well, I already said it, but Roan Dog for one. Honestly, even though they're Road Man's Roan Dog, Bogues, You know, a lot of the OVO mans in general, for real, for real.
Yeah,
Like
OVO doesn't get the shine that it deserves just because like Drake is
Drake,
so yeah. You they
he
end up
takes over the whole scene. The rest of them don't get anything. Like,
yeah they get lost in the eclipse.
I always forget that a man like Party Next Door exists, you know, until it's like, oh yeah, man.
Yeah, like yo, what do you mean? Fucking OMO dog. Shout out to him. Sick
Mm-hmm.
artist. Party next door. Fuck. Definitely a
That,
thing. But
yeah, man.
you know what I'm saying? It just like that's a part of the driving force for me. It's like, yo, I see like the artists that don't get the shine, and like I'm like, yo, I have to get it. Like
You're right. You gotta take that shine.
I have to get it. It's a must. It's a must for me. Um, going into our next question, is it worth it?
Is it worth doing this? Making music? Working in the industry?
Is it worth it?
Depending how far you want to go, yeah, man. No matter, for me, I'm not trying to be like no A-list celebrity where like everywhere I go, someone's trying to stop me. But like, I'm also not just trying to stay at home and do nothing. But if that ends up being my life, it was worth it because I did what I did. I had fun doing it, and can't turn
Nah.
down experience like that, right?
I'm a pause. Let me change your mind again for a second. Pause. Let me change your mind. All right. I like. Okay, so like for me, the reason I started making music or got into making music was because like there was a time when I didn't like the music that I was listening to, so I started creating music that I liked listening to. So now for me it's like a regardless situation. Like I'm gonna make this music regardless. I'm gonna make this music
Exactly.
whether or not I drop it or whether or not the music comes out. I'm making this music. You know what I'm saying? And now it's like, okay,
Mhm.
well, I have my kids, I got my family behind me, I got my friends, and I see people who are behind me and who you know what I'm saying look to me for that positive reinforcement and stuff like that. And I see the situations that they have to deal with, and I see the things that they go through in their lives, and I want to be able to provide a way for them to escape that. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
I see that music generates income based on the fact that it's out there. You know what I'm saying? People are gonna
Yeah.
listen to it. People are gonna like it. People are gonna fuck with it. Just like,
Mhm.
just like having shares in the stock market. Not every share is gonna blow up right
Well,
away.
but it
So
still might get. It's still gonna raise value over time, though.
it's gonna raise value over time, and it's gonna have certain level of value amongst certain people. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
One generation or next is gonna come up and find the artist that's connoisseur ghost, or you know what I'm saying, lifted green beans. You know what I mean? And they're gonna say like,
Yeah.
"Shit, this is my guy. I fuck with this guy."
Right.
You know what
This
I'm
music
saying?
changed my life.
Yeah, and it taught me something, or it made me feel a certain way during a certain time in my life, or whatever the
Mhm.
case may be, whatever song they find at whatever period they find it at, right? So that being said, I can never stop making music.
Yeah.
So it's
What I'm
all
saying.
just the ability to make the music is worth it for me. You know what I'm saying?
I'm saying, even if I end up being just like a stay-at-home dad, I'm still gonna love this.
Bro, you see where the studio is? Bro, the studio.
That's
Let me hold up. The studio
right
is
here
right
too.
here. Here's the interface and shit, and it's
I'm telling you,
that
I
room with the
mine
light
right
right
here
there.
too.
That's the kids' room.
Yeah. There you know.
Hey, we lost your picture for a second there, brother.
Is it good?
We can't see you right now. No. Hold up.
No.
I
Good.
It's loading back up right now. give it a second. Let it try to load up. We can still hear you though.
That's good.
Try to exit the camera and come back in again.
Loading up.
It's doing the loading screen. We are having technical difficulties.
Yeah.
It's okay. We gonna make it happen. We gonna get it running. We'll run it for now. In your experience, the crowds that we've performed for, how have they been for you?
Good. I mean, you went toward well, for my first show, I'd say the last show we did together, you went towards like the middle or the beginning, right?
Yeah, I was number 20.
Yeah, it was a pretty big crowd when you went. When I went up there, it was almost dying out. But honestly, when I got on the stage and I seen the crowd, as as small as it was compared to the start, they still had the same energy.
Hey,
Uh,
that's positive. That's positive. So you're definitely gonna get a better spot this time then.
yeah. After that, I came off the stage. I'm like, shit, I should have went earlier.
Hey,
Next time we're going.
That's what I'm talking about. Freddie's giving the girls the option first though for performance slots. So
Ladies first. I can't blame them.
yeah, I don't mind. I just want to perform number 28. You know what I'm saying? And that's it. I'll be good.
Mm-hmm.
Which one of your songs do you have out right now? Do you feel is the most memorable and that you want to be remembered by?
That is out right now, like on all streaming platforms or just in general.
Or I mean, if you have it in the cuff, you know what I'm saying? Then you have it in the cuff. But like, do you have a song that you want people to remember you by?
I don't think I have one of those yet. Not one I can say this is the one where I want everybody to know. I got a couple of songs where it's just like if I had a fan who come up to me and say, "Yo, I heard this song and it made me feel something like we were talking about earlier," I'd be blessed with that.
You're a pretty humble
May
guy, but I feel like you could use a little bit more drive behind the situation. And because you don't have that
more
song yet, I think that you should take some time, hit the studio, and run it like the gym until till you know
until
you
I
have
find
it.
that song.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. That's that. I feel like you know what I'm saying. That should be the next move for you. That would be big. What keeps you motivated to, or like, what motivated you to even want to perform in the first place, and what motivates you to make music?
my friends and my family. Well, to perform, it's my friends. I got one of my brothers that I freestyle with all the time. He used to live just down the street, but he moved to the Niagara region. When he was here,
Yeah.
a couple years ago, when we were back down doing our roadman shit, making our chops and whatnot. He was like a day one, even though we just met up. He supported me throughout the music shit ever since like day one. Only man that's always been there, and like even now, when I call him, he's like, "Yo, I see you doing your thing, man. Keep it going. Like you gotta get there." And I keep it going.
Yo, honestly speaking, for me, I have one of my friends, and he's actually an artist as well. He was at one point one of my favorite rappers, and
Uh,
he decided to stop making music and doing he decided to stop making music. And he looked at me and he was just like, "Yo, only a few people make it in the industry, and like it's not a thing to like try to go into and make money off of and blah 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 whatever. And he quit because like he wasn't seeing what he wanted to see out of it. And honestly,
Yeah.
he turned around and he told me like, "Yo, you do you, you try to do your thing, whatever, whatever." You know what I'm saying? But honestly, man, it's not for me, and I don't see it. And like, a part of the reason I do what I do is to like, yo, I'm gonna make him see it. You know what I'm
You're gonna
saying?
show him.
I'm gonna show
Yeah.
him, and I'm gonna say like, dog, I put in that work, and now come, let's ride.
Well,
You co-sign,
Right?
you co-sign with me now, like. You know what I'm
It's
saying?
like I put in that work, so you don't have to put in as much work.
Amen. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna have brother man on it. We gonna have brother man knowing. You know what I'm saying? Wow, boy.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to him. Okay, we gonna take a quick pause. I'm gonna play one of your songs for the audience, and we're gonna try to fix your camera. So if you just want to exit out the chat real quick and then
Yeah,
come
and
back
come
in,
back.
yeah, we're gonna make that happen. So I'm gonna switch over to the Be Right Back screen, play a song of yours that's off the list here. Any song in particular you want the people to hear?
I want Heard Over You.
Heard Over You.
Yeah.
All right.
I'd say that's the closest one to that one track that I want everybody to hear.
Okay. All right. We're gonna play that. We're gonna hit the Be Right Back screen, and then we're going to get it popping, and we're gonna make that happen. All right. Yeah, brother. Whenever you're ready, you can just switch out and then come back.
Uh,
Bruno Martins, that's a beat. Shorty said she love that lean. Hey, fucking the G. Fucking the bees. Fuck with my team. I don't know me. I don't know me.
I'm not done getting over you. All these memory flashes got me missing you. Lost in my feelings, I tried getting over you. Reached to the ceiling and I cry until I turn blue. I thought I was tired of missing you, but I feel it by the hour. All the hurting that you do, I can't play my favorite games because your name is the title of my last save. Shawty, I ain't okay. Shawty, I ain't okay. I remember back in the day when you was my bae. Texting you from morning till noon. Hope we link in soon. We watched a couple tunes. Them cuddles was the mood. But now I can't get back to you. Told myself I had to move. Stuffed my feelings in a box.
It seems like we're still having technical difficulties, but like that's fine. Don't worry about the camera. Just shut it off so that at least they can get like see your logo or whatever the case is. But we back.
yeah.
This guy's got the Superman up there, the Bobby.
Yeah, man.
Right.
It's a work thing. This guy's in the States, he's super built, bro.
Right. Back to the questions though. Based off of your recent experience and getting your live performing in, which one do you like better, being in the studio or performing live?
I like live performances. I mean, I love being in the studio because it's my own time and I do what I want. But being live, feeling the energy of a crowd, it's a whole nother thing. I like to feed off that, you know?
Amen. I feel that, man. I definitely feel that. Like, just being able to take what you did in the studio and give the crowd the energy and watch them give it back to you.
You know?
That's the way, man. That is the way. I guess this would be your first tour as well, because we're going city to city. You coming to Ottawa, man?
Yeah.
That's what I'm
Gonna
talking
make it.
about.
Making this whole thing memorable.
yes, we're doing it up this year, 2022. We're making it happen. I'm saying by the end of the year, we're gonna be doing festivals, man.
Yo,
I
no,
mean,
that's the next level. That's the next level. Why not?
based on the amount of artists that we have, and you know
Yeah,
what I'm saying, like the heck, the team is
like
growing. Yo, shout out to the
we
five.
have that power.
We have that power to make that happen. Like 80 artists are performing tonight in a couple of hours. You know what I'm saying? Like 80 artists.
It's a festival. Come on now.
It's a festival, man. Imagine when we get to 200 artists, and not just get to 200 artists. When we have 200 artists, each of them performing 30-minute sets. That's when it gets crazy.
So everybody's more seasoned for performing. You know, because the way I see it, it looks like everybody's just slowly building up. Like my first, my first one, I was just thinking 2 minutes. First show, I don't know how it's gonna be, right? And I got my supporters saying they're gonna come see me. I'm like, all right, if I'm getting tickets, I guess I'm gonna do it 5 minutes. I did that, and I'm like, after finishing it, all the energy that I got coming off that stage, I'm like, oh,
We
I want to
taking
get
it to
another.
10, baby. We leveling up.
Right? Keep going.
Amen, amen. We leveling up in this bitch. We're not stopping. Amen. Damn, man, for sure. So, next question. Simple as fuck, easy to answer, bro. And I only want one answer. Do you have what it takes?
Yes.
Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. That self confidence and that motivation to push you to, get to the thing. Oh no, I can't ask you this question. Which venue has the dirtiest bathroom? We've only been to two. And I'm not saying anything about the last one.
All right.
That was crazy hectic though. What was the first album you purchased, fam? Like your first music album that you know what I'm saying? Like you
Yeah.
went out, you spent that pocket change that mama gave you, and you know what I'm saying? You either bought that cassette tape or whatever the case may be from the convenience store, or you went to the HMV or whatever the case might be.
Honestly, I'm still kind of a youngin when it comes to that. When I'm on that digital flex is all. I'd say
Oh,
the first one though was I got it on my iTunes was Jaden Smith's album. Low key.
that's crazy.
Yeah, man.
That's crazy. That's hectic for me because like the first album I purchased was Bow Wow, Unleash the Dog 2. You know what I'm saying? And that was way back.
See, I'm part of the generation that's been in the technology, right? So like
Oh man.
purchasing albums like I purchase when I can go pirate that really quick online and get the whole thing for free.
Yeah, man, shit. See, that's
But
what
then you
that's what I mean. Streaming services fucked it up, bro. They fucked it up. I don't care. They fucked it up. They fucked it up. They fucked it up. But
nowadays is way too
I have to
much.
live in the world where they exist and it's over now. But like, let me tell you, the hype. I remember the lineup around HMV in the hugest fucking circle when Bow Wow came to Toronto, and there was girls everywhere, dudes, like everybody wilding out, hyping. It was me and my dad in the crowd. It was my birthday. It was August 29th that this guy came to Toronto. It was hot sun, and it was hundreds of thousands of people just surrounding this HMV just to go and get this guy to sign the CD, bro. Like, damn, like, bro, are we ever gonna see that again? When, where do we see that? What do we sign? We're signing pictures
See
of
that?
ourselves.
Yeah.
man, you can't sign the pictures. What are we,
It's
basketball players?
anymore. What do artists even sign nowadays? For real, for real.
That's what I'm saying. What the fuck these niggas signing, bro? Like,
People still make their CDs, and there's still a rare person who'll purchase one.
but like you buy a new car. There's no CD player in the new car.
Hey,
Where are you playing the CD? You take
don't
it
worry.
home.
There's no
Unless you
your
have
laptop.
a DVD, unless you have a DVD player or like I just had to check my computer to
Stay on
see
your
if I had a
console.
CD drive. Yeah, like yeah, you're gonna put a fucking random CD in your PlayStation 5, like.
I mean, if it's coming from a legit source, you know you will.
Yeah. Legitimate
If
source.
you're getting it from someone on the street, you know, some artist just trying to make their money. You're like, ah, I don't know what this guy's giving me on this CD.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this guy, you put that shit in your computer, it fucking runs a program. Your shit's fucked. Like, what do? You never
Streaming
know
service
what to do.
now.
This is a good question here. Do you like artists that go after like different sounds that don't stay to like one lane? Like they try out different genres, or do you feel like certain artists should just stay in their lane?
Like people, I mean, yeah, certain people should just stay in a certain area because like you just it's honestly some people just don't have the talent for certain things, right?
Yeah.
And it's like try, but it's not going to work out that well. But generally, no, I support any artist wanting to explore and like try to find a new sound, a new flow.
Mm-hmm.
Like when MGK switched from rapping to rock,
Yeah, that was
that was
actually dope. I mess with a lot of the MGK songs that he has out right now, and that whole movie he put out on YouTube there. It was dope.
and like when Adele tried, not one of the like when Snoop Dogg went to reggae. I mean, it was still good, but it was just like it's not really a Snoop thing, you know?
Yeah. That makes sense. Do you prefer to write and create alone, or would you prefer to collaborate with other artists and stuff?
I like collabing with others. Like I said, a lot of the time it's just write down a couple verses and then leave it in the back burner, right? But if I'm with someone else, we'll go right there and finish a whole song.
We're actually, I'm getting to the times where we gotta start getting ready for our show. So we're gonna wrap this up. Ask you a one, two more questions, and then we're gonna bring you back again, and we're gonna continue this interview. You know what I'm saying? The conversation has definitely been dope, and it has been hella crazy. Hopefully, we can see you for the whole interview in the next one. But we gotta. It's prep time, bro. Are there any specific moments in your life that made you decide that you wanted to create music and release it to the world?
Mm, I've had a couple of those. I want to say towards the end of my high school years,
Mm-hmm.
right? I just started out making beats and like fucking around with the dubstep maker and like enjoying it. Like, oh, maybe I should just,
Yeah.
put this shit out there, see what people are feeling, become the next Skrillex. That was my like first thought when it came to Skrillex. But then like college hit, and I was in my thing, but it wasn't fully fulfilling. I needed more, and I'm like, oh, I need to actually like make music. Like make my own songs and put it out there.
Most deaf. It's a magical thing finding that thing that you know what I'm saying that pushes
That's
you to like
hard.
Yeah, that spark that initially makes you decide to want to create. Sometimes I wish I found it earlier, but definitely glad that I found it when I did. That being said, and given what we're about to go do you have any pre-shows routines or rituals that you've seen and maybe tried out or anything like that?
I don't have any of those, at least not yet. I mean, only thing you could say is smoking a couple bongs, a spliff before I go up on stage, you know? Get in the right vibe mindset.
Amen, amen. I definitely know what you're talking about. As you can see, I'm setting up myself with the magic wand over here. um. Oh man, yeah. Pre-show routines. A funny pre-show routine that I seen. I don't know if you watched High School Musical.
Yeah.
Sharpay when she was preparing for the fucking um her performance, and she's like, ma, ma, ma. Yo.
I can't. I've done that sometimes before I record in the studio.
Hey man, brother, I knew I would catch one from you with that story there.
Yeah.
Man, you gotta do those things. Those are real life vocal practice situations, man. um, is there a band or artist you think is so good that makes you want to fuck that question? Yo,
So good.
is
Wait,
there
what?
is there a band or artist that is so good that makes you want to give up making music?
Never that.
Never that.
Nah.
What? Never that. I appreciate seeing that person doing what they're doing, and if they're doing it better than me, I want to fucking find a way that I can do it on the level and the dynamic scale that they're doing it at. Fuck all of that.
I don't know how they're doing it and how I can get there.
Exactly. I got a better question for you here. If you could only listen to music from one decade, which decade would you choose?
Honestly, I'm kind of like an old soul, so it'd be like the 40s.
Jeez.
You know, some like swing and jazz.
Okay. That's what I'm talking with the skip and the hop and the bop. Uh huh.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. That swing section was sick, man. Yes, yes. I used to listen to the tunes. They were pretty dope, man. From back in the day, especially like playing Fallout. You get to hear it
Yeah,
over too.
that's where I fell in love with it.
Amen, amen. Auto tune, yes or no?
Yeah, I use it, but not too often.
Okay,
I still prefer my, natural sound of it.
100%.
Like people nowadays, they like the synthetic of this. So, like, 1 2 is not bad.
Okay, okay. Um, and we're gonna use this one as the last question before we wrap up. If you could sign to any record label in the world, which one would you choose?
So many ones were good. Probably I go with Dreamville. Yeah,
Pardon?
Dreamville. I'll work with them bands.
Dreamville? Definitely, definitely. That's a good one. I've always thought to myself, like, I would definitely want to work with 50, but Taylor Gang or die, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Uh,
Like, it's TGOD, like,
and same with like Young Money. Like I'm thinking like, oh, working with a band like Wiz. I mean, not even Wiz. I mean, Lil Wayne. And actually, Is Wiz on Young Money still or not?
Nah,
I
I
don't
don't
know if
think
they
so.
still do. Yeah, like
Remember, these guys like take
uh,
contracts and kill them, right? These guys are contract killers. So,
Young Money bigged up and then dispersed.
yep, most definitely. Um, yo, it's coming on to the hours. We gotta prepare for the performance. I gotta get into some of my rituals. You know what I'm saying? Making sure we are all rolled up and ready to go.
Uh,
And I gotta fucking finish putting together the outfit. I got two outfits to
yeah,
decide from tonight.
yeah.
Yeah,
Here's my fit too.
yo, man. Honestly, we for tonight we put away the KCC gear and the garbs, and we got it going on, man. Trust me, we got it going on for the night. We got a mean piece of outfit ready, honestly. All I gotta say is,
Alright.
yo, look out for the shoes, man. We come in Slam Magazine style. Caleb. My boy, lifted underscore green beans. It has been a dope conversation with you. We got to tap into two of your songs. We got to learn a bit about you. We got to figure out a little bit of who you are, and have a lit conversation. I definitely like to tap back in with you again. You know what I'm saying? After the performance, see how the performance went for you. There's a few artists that I want to tap in with and get them out here for the conversation. So who knows? Maybe we can even get into a group conversation over here or something like that. But
For sure.
let the people know where to find you on all social media platforms and all that good stuff, man.
You guys can check me at Instagram at lifted green beans. That's LIFTED underscore green beans. YouTube is lifted green beans as well. Twitter is only ONLY number one shark. On Facebook, find me at DTM green beans. And my SoundCloud as well. Green beans, just the same thing. That's off Apple Music, Spotify, all them crazy streaming services. Same thing, just green beans, no spaces.
Uh, Green Beans, the business, the artist, the guy. Hey, it has been lit having this conversation with you, my brother. Hopefully, we get you in again. You know what I'm saying? I hope that you had a good time in this conversation with us here today.
And it's been an honor.
Hey, I appreciate that, my brother. And yeah, that's the stream for you guys. This has been the Glass House Podcast. And we will tap back in with all the artists that we bring out, and we'll make it happen in the most lit and interesting way. We will
Yes,
see you
sir.
guys later on the next one. Hey, what song do you want us to play out? Ah,
Foreplay.
ooh, foreplay it is.